Thanks for watching ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. President Eritrea sends messages of congratulations to Saudi Crown Prince. Senior Eritrean delegation participates at UN Summit of the Future. Israel and Hezbollah trade fire as thousands flee South Lebanon. Dissanayake wins Sri Lanka's election. Welcome back. On the occasion of the 94th Saudi National Day, President Eritrea sent messages of congratulations to Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. In his message on behalf of the Eritrean people and himself, President Eritrea wished Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman good health and higher progress and prosperity for the brotherly people of Saudi Arabia. On the sidelines of the 79th UN General Assembly, a senior Eritrean delegation led by Mr. Osman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, participated in the UN Summit of the Future and the Non-Aligned Movement annual ministerial meeting. The delegation also included Ms. Sofia Tesfamariam, Eritrea's permanent representative to the United Nations. At the meeting held on 22nd and 23rd September, the Eritrean delegation presented Eritrea's stance on the issues that were raised at the meeting. On 23 September, Minister Osman Saleh also met with the Foreign Minister of Sudan and Venezuela to discuss bilateral relations and issues of mutual concern. During his meeting with Sudan's Foreign Minister, Mr. Hussein Awad Ali, both sides agreed to strengthen bilateral relations, work jointly for regional peace and stability, and further coordinate at the multilateral level. Mr. Hussein Awad Ali expressed his profound gratitude to the people and government of Eritrea for their unwavering support during Sudan's difficult times. In the meeting with Mr. Ivan Gil Pinto, Venezuela's foreign minister, they discussed deepening bilateral ties and continuing coordination within the group of friends in defense of the UN Charter, as well as other multilateral fora to promote a just, inclusive and peaceful global order. Eritrean nationals in various countries have contributed a total of 26,285 euros, 9,126 US dollars, 76,500 kroner and 40,755 nakfa towards augmenting the National Trust Fund and supporting the families of martyrs. According to the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare, 10,145 euros, 5,380 US dollars, 33,000 kroner and 40,755 nakfa was contributed to boost the National Martyrs Trust Fund, while 16,140 euros, 43,500 kroner and 3,746 was contributed in support of families of martyrs. Accordingly, nationals that contributed in support of families of martyrs include Helena Association in Milano, 6,000 euros, Eritrean Community in Tübingen, Germany, 5,040 euros, nationals in Borlänge, Sweden, 43,500 kroner, nationals in Uppsala and its environs, Sweden, $2,306, Eri-United in Sekalfa, Sweden, 2,160 euros, Eritrean Community in Leiden, the Netherlands, 1,440 euros, Mr. Mahar Yosef, resident in Angola, 720 US dollars, Ms. Brchti Tchlai from the US, $360, and Mr. Habtu Tchlai Manot and Ms. Almas Tchlai from the US, $360 US dollars. Likewise, nationals that contributed towards augmenting the National Martyrs Trust Fund include Eritrean Community in Finland, 6,104 nakfa, Eritrean Community in Nuremberg, Germany, 3,700 euros, Eritrean Community in Oivik, Sweden, $2,980, Eritrean Community in Norrköping, Sweden, 31,500 kroner, Nationals in Jönköping, Sweden, $2,400. Nationals in Örebro, Sweden, 12,500 kroner. Miss Almas Girmay from Germany, 20,000 nakfa. Eritrean community in Almhut, Sweden, 7,151 nakfa. Mr. Tsagay Gilay from Toronto, Canada, 1,500 nakfa. Ms. Astier Debrecen from Toronto, Canada, 1,500 nakfa. And Mr. Girmay Gabraselassie from the US, 1,500 nakfa. A potable water project worth over 7 million nakfa has been inaugurated in Adi Gwadat, Galanefi subzone. The project was completed in collaboration with the Adi Halo project and the Central Region Administration, and it includes 15 water distribution centers. Mr. Mahari Yohannes, administrator of the Galanefi subzone, indicated that Adi Gwadat was one of the areas with a long-standing potable water supply problem, and this project is expected to provide a lasting solution. Mr. Aman Mahmoud, the project coordinator, commended the hard work of those involved in finalizing the project on time and called for the judicious use of the new water supply to ensure its sustainability. Mr. Fasahaya Haile, governor of the Central Region, also praised those involved in the project's implementation and called on the residents to play their part in preserving the infrastructure. Those are domestic news. Please stay tuned for the international news right after the short break. Israel and Hezbollah have traded fire a day after the Israeli military launched a wave of airstrikes into Lebanon that has killed at least 558 people so far, fanning fears of an all-out war. Lebanon's health ministry reported that at least 6 people were killed and 15 wounded in an Israeli strike on the southern Beirut suburb of Goberi today. The Israeli military, which reportedly hit a 5-story building in the usually busy neighborhood, announced the targeted strike, the second in the area in as many days, and said it was targeting a Hezbollah commander without giving a name. Hezbollah said today that it launched a barrage of rockets at Israeli air bases, including the Megiddo airfield near northern Afula and at an explosives factory about 60 kilometers into Israel. More than 50 projectiles were fired from Lebanon into northern Israel today, the Israeli military said, and the majority were intercepted. No casualties were reported. The Israeli military also said that it took aim at dozens of Hezbollah targets in several areas in southern Lebanon overnight. Lebanon's Ministry of Public Health said today that the air attacks since Monday have killed 50 children and 94 women and wounded at least 1,835 others. Anura Kumara Dissanayake has taken office as Sri Lanka's president shortly after winning the country's election. Dissanayake, who was sworn in on Monday after winning Saturday's polls, has inherited the top job in a nation battered by austerity measures imposed as a part of a bailout deal with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. These austerity measures, hikes in incoming taxes and electricity prices, were introduced under the outgoing President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Wickremesinghe took over as leader after his predecessor Gotabaya Rajapaksa was ousted in 2022 following the country's economic collapse and amid mass public protest that Dissanayake and his political party, the Janatha Vimukti Paramuna, the JVP, were part of. In his inauguration speech, Dissanayake pledged cleaner politics. Dissanayake, 55, won the presidency in a second round of counting after winning 42.3% support in the first round. Dissanayake's party is part of the National People's Power, the NPP alliance, which he leads. Dissanayake was first elected to Parliament in 2000. Please stay tuned for a recap of tonight's headlines. President Eritrea sends messages of congratulations to Saudi Crown Prince. Senior Eritrean delegation participates at UN Summit of the Future. Israel and Hezbollah trade fire as thousands flee South Lebanon. Dissanayake wins Sri Lanka's election. And that was ours for tonight, dear viewers. It is good night from us.